The mannequin at bus stop 47 only moves when you blink, and it's waiting for you. I moved to a new city last month. Cheap rent, quiet neighborhood, and just a 20-minute commute by bus. The only weird thing was my closest stop, bus stop 47. It's nestled between a crumbling parking garage and a long-abandoned daycare. People avoid it. I learned that the hard way. On my first day, I saw it. Standing completely still under the flickering streetlight, a mannequin. Not like a department store dummy, but something older, too anatomically accurate, with eyes that looked painted on too precisely. I chuckled, thinking it was some street art or a prank. Then it blinked. I didn't see it move. But 1 second it was 5 feet away. The next, it was 3. It doesn't walk. It doesn't lurch. It's never caught mid-step. It just gets closer every time you look away. Or blink. The next morning, I avoided bus stop 47. Walked an extra 10 minutes to 46 instead. But the mannequin was already there, leaning against the glass, smiling now. Its jaw had moved. Its fingers were curled. I froze and rubbed my eyes, thinking I was sleep-deprived or losing my mind. It didn't approach that day. But when I blinked, I swear its hand had lifted half an inch. That night, I found a flyer wedged under my door. It was old, like 90s zine style. Titled, "How to Survive the Watcher of Stop 47. Rules to Survive the Mannequin of Bus Stop 47. 1. Do not blink more than once every 10 seconds. Keep your eyes wide. It can only move between blinks. 2. Never turn your back. It closes distance with shadows. Even sunlight won't help if your back is turned. 3. Avoid eye contact for too long. It doesn't like to be watched either. It may punish you with nightmares, ones that leave marks. 4. Never ride the bus from that stop after 12:47 a.m. If you do, the mannequin gets on too. You won't know until it's sitting right behind you. 5. If it follows you home, leave the house immediately. You have 7 minutes before it settles in. After that, it belongs to the building, and so do you. 6. If you hear 3 soft taps at 3:03 a.m., do not investigate. That's its way of checking if you're awake enough to see it. 7. Do not acknowledge the second mannequin. If a second one appears, it means you've been marked. Start running. 8. Never try to touch it. Its skin is warm. It shouldn't be. 9. If you see it smiling, you're already too late. I haven't taken the bus in 3 days. I don't go near stop 47 anymore. But last night, as I turned to get a glass of water, I swear I saw a pale figure standing in the hallway mirror. I didn't blink. I turned back slowly. It was gone. But there were 3 perfect, dusty footprints on my living room floor. Pointed toward my bedroom. I haven't slept since. I haven't slept since. Every time I close my eyes, even for a second, I feel it, the presence, just inches from my face. I hear the soft click of limbs adjusting, plastic shifting unnaturally, joints flexing with a sickeningly smooth sound, as though it were made of skin too supple to be lifeless. But I know it's lifeless. It has to be. It's a mannequin. 2 nights ago, I boarded up every window in my apartment. Covered every mirror. Threw a sheet over every reflective surface, even my phone screen. But that didn't stop it. At 3:03 a.m., I heard it again. 3 soft taps. Tap. 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 But this time, it wasn't on my door. It was on the inside of my closet. I stood motionless, breath shallow. The sound came again. Not loud. Not threatening. Just calm, calculated, patient. Like it knew I was listening. Like it wanted me to know it was already in. I backed away and locked myself in the bathroom, clutching a kitchen knife. I don't know what I thought that would do. I sat there until the sun rose. And when I finally emerged, the closet door was open. Nothing inside. Except for a bus transfer ticket. Dated for the next night. Time stamped, 12:47 a.m. Route, unknown, passenger confirmed. I burned it. It smelled like melted plastic and cheap cologne. And then my hallway light flickered. Just once. Enough for me to catch a glimpse of a figure at the far end. It had no face anymore. Just smooth, stretched skin where features used to be. But it was wearing my clothes. I've been digging into this thing. Found message boards buried deep on the dark web, old chat rooms, Reddit threads that disappear after a few hours. This thing. It's not new. It's been seen before. Not just in my city. Everywhere. Always at forgotten bus stops, near underpasses, in abandoned metro terminals. They call it the passenger. The rules were written by survivors, or at least people who claim to be. Most don't last longer than a week once it notices them. The record was 10 days. Tonight is my 10th. I tried to leave the city yesterday. Drove straight for the highway, eyes burning from lack of sleep. I didn't blink for nearly a full hour. But every few miles, I'd see it standing on the side of the road. Same posture. Same sick tilt of its head. Always holding a bus schedule in its hand. And then, I hit traffic. Gridlock, 1:47 a.m. Dead silence. No cars moved. No drivers even looked out their windows. That's when I realized. They weren't drivers. Just still silhouettes, unmoving, all facing me. I reversed. I don't remember how I made it back. But when I opened my apartment door, the mannequin was already inside, seated on my couch. Legs crossed. Hands folded. As if it had been waiting for hours. Tonight is the 10th night. The moment the clock ticks to 12:47 a.m., I know I have to face it. There's a ticket waiting for me again. I found it tucked in my pillowcase, soaking wet for some reason, and warped like it had been underwater. But the ink? Still perfectly legible. Boarding required. Final departure. I'm going. Because if I don't, it's going to find someone else. Someone walking home from a bar, or a kid staying out late from school, or a tired commuter with earbuds in, too distracted to notice that they're no longer alone. Maybe it needs someone. Maybe I'm the replacement. So if you're ever at a bus stop, any bus stop, and you see a mannequin standing too still, with fingers too curled, under a light that shouldn't be working, don't blink. Don't look away. And whatever you do, don't take the ticket. That was the last coherent thought I remember having. Because after that night, everything fractured. I didn't take the ticket. I burned it. But I think that might have been the real mistake. It wasn't offering me a choice. It was summoning me. The moment I set the ashes ablaze, the lights went out, everyone. Apartment. Street. Even the red glow from the exit sign died. I don't mean the power failed. I mean the world just stopped producing light. The only thing I could still see was my reflection in the window, and even it began to fade away like I was never standing there to begin with. Then the sounds began. Not footsteps. Not breathing. Just shifting. Plastic on tile. A low drag. Like a heavy coat being pulled along a wet floor. I gripped the knife again, laughable now, just a comfort object. But the noise didn't come from one place. It came from everywhere. My ears couldn't place it. It was inside the walls. Beneath the floorboards. Whispering in syllables that sounded eerily like my name, being mispronounced by something that only recently learned how to speak. I ran. Bolted out the apartment. Down 6 flights of stairs, barefoot, slicing my feet on the chipped concrete, until I slammed through the exit door and found nothing. No sky. No cars. No streetlights. Just a hollow gray that sucked in noise and spat back silence. The world felt unfinished. As if I had been pulled into a version of the city that was still under construction. Except for bus stop 47, which was now the only thing fully intact. It stood in perfect condition. The shelter's glass no longer cracked. The bench newly polished. Even the overhead sign glowed brilliantly. Route, end of the line. There was only one passenger. It was me. Or rather, something wearing me. My face, my coat, even the band-aid I'd put on my thumb earlier that morning. It stood at the stop, mimicking the posture I always took, hands in pocket, shoulders slightly slouched. Its head turned slowly when I approached, and that's when I saw it. Its eyes blinked. It was learning. Adapting. Becoming more human with every moment it wore my form. Its eyes weren't glass anymore. They were wet. Focused. Full of hunger and something cruel. I opened my mouth to scream but no sound came out. It didn't need me to speak. It already knew everything I would say. Because it had become me. And then the bus pulled up. It wasn't like any bus I'd ever seen. Too long. Endless, maybe. It cast no shadow and made no noise. The doors creaked open and that thing in my skin stepped inside. As it did, it turned back. Its eyes locked onto mine. Its lips curled into a smile that fit too well on my face. Then it pointed at me. Beckoning. The doors remained open. I should have run. Should have fought. But the moment I turned, I heard the driver speak, a voice like teeth grinding in slow motion. Next passenger, boarding now. Ticket not required. Anymore. I lost time after that. Days, maybe weeks. I woke up back in my apartment, everything seemingly normal. But no one recognizes me anymore. My boss says I was fired months ago. My neighbor said the guy who lived in my apartment disappeared without a trace. The mirror doesn't show my reflection. My phone won't unlock. My fingerprint doesn't match. And last night, I saw myself, the thing wearing me, with friends I don't remember having, laughing in a voice too perfect to question. Living my life better than I ever did. While I rot in the background, a displaced soul in a shell that doesn't quite fit. I don't belong anymore. And every night at 12:47 a.m., I hear the bus pulling up again. But this time, it stops outside my window. Updated rules, in case you're reading this and it's not too late. 1. Don't burn the ticket. It's not yours to destroy. 2. If the mannequin takes your face, your time is over. Leave. Permanently. Or you'll be hunted by yourself. 3. Don't follow the bus. It may not let you return. 4. Don't trust anyone who claims they saw you yesterday. That wasn't you. 5. If you ever find yourself fading from photographs, it means your replacement is complete. 6. If you hear a bus horn at exactly 12:47 a.m., even if you live nowhere near a stop, it's for you. If this story disappears from your feed, just remember, someone else took my place. And they're probably reading this to you right now, with your voice in your skin, smiling.